Recreational gold prospecting, one of the most popular forms of treasure hunting in America. Panning, sluicing, and dredging are the most common techniques used to recover this elusive metal. But over the past decade, with the tremendous advancements in electronic technology, the use of the metal detector to find natural gold is rapidly expanding among amateur prospectors. Since the dawn of man, gold has held a special place in art, economics, and industry. It has endured great political and social changes over thousands of years and still holds fast as the fundamental unit by which all world currency is judged. So to find such a valuable metal out in the wild has got to be quite rewarding. In fact, gold nuggets have actually become collector's items. That's right, those tiny yellow nuggets sell for a premium, over and above the spot price of gold bullion. Once again, we see this tremendous fascination with natural gold. More golden treasures coming right up.
Let's hit the treasure trail once more with Bob Denver.
Gold-bearing sites in the United States are more prevalent than most people realize. Folklore would have us believe that that rare metal is only found in the West. The truth is, gold territory lies waiting in many parts of America. The secret is to know where to go and what to look for. Today, Tom Marsh, veteran treasure hunter and prospector, joins with fellow adventurer Bob Trevelyan in using metal detectors to scan for gold nuggets. They call it electronic prospecting.
Today, our weekend prospectors are working a stream site. Tom gives us some insight.
If you're attempting to find small nuggets, you've got to find areas where erosion takes place. Rivers and streams are probably the best sources because the water flow and rain erodes the metal from various ground levels and brings it within reach of conventional gold recovery tools.
Every year during the spring thaw, the streams swell up here, and that's what brings down more gold. It renews itself for the electronic prospector. We just keep coming back over and over again. Sometimes you get real lucky and have a terrific day. Sometimes you get shut out, but you know that's only temporary. You always have another chance.
When you're searching a stream area, you also want to look for the old dried-up stream beds. This stream has probably changed directions dozens, maybe even hundreds of times over many centuries. That means that gold could be waiting for discovery throughout the entire site. You just have to look close and reason it out.
Tom works the edge of the stream and locks onto a signal. Since his detector has several identifying tones, he's encouraged by what he hears. This could be gold. A small nugget suddenly appears. An excellent recovery.
No matter how many nuggets you find, it never gets old. Gold is so beautiful in its natural form, it almost looks too good to be true. And that's part of its lure and mystique. It comes in so many different sizes and shapes, from small particles we call dust to larger flakes, and then to nuggets of all sizes, some so large they can take your breath away just to see them. I remember seeing the Gold Nugget Casino collection in Carson City and thinking to myself, if I could find some nuggets like those beauties, that would certainly fulfill the dream of a lifetime.
Unlike using a metal detector to target coins and coin-sized objects, nugget hunting requires some different techniques and a few adaptations, as Bob explains.
I like to operate my detector on the all-metal mode simply because gold can at times be mixed with other minerals that can cause the discrimination mode to easily reject the target. Most of the time, I also use a smaller search coil instead of the standard diameter 8-inch so that I don't miss those smaller gold nuggets that aren't much bigger than BBs. The little sniping coil is much more sensitive to smaller targets. Tom, what I brought along with us today was this new pinpointer. And I know you've seen similar gadgets like this over the years, but I was really surprised at how sensitive this one really is. Now, you know, I've put a small nugget in this hole for us to test.
Okay.
I'd like you to try it and see what you think. Now, I'm going to tune it. Let me get it just right, and I'll tell you when. And whereas a lot of traditional metal detectors can't pinpoint the object in the hole, this really does a wonderful job.
You
Go ahead and see if you can.
threshold there, and
Yeah. There you go.
I'll be right there.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
Now, like I said, I did bury this deliberately, but look how easy that was to pinpoint. And it's quite sensitive. It'll go down to BB-sized nuggets as well, a little smaller than that.
Look at that.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, it is really. It's very, very interesting. Nice instrument. You can use this in streams and on...
Absolutely. As you know, some of the larger size coils are not as sensitive to the smaller nuggets.
Yeah, you need them.
And even though you can get a little reading on them, but you can't pinpoint them exactly. So what you can do is pull this little gadget out of your pocket, kind of swirl it around down in the hole, and you can get exact pinpoint.
All right.
So you save yourself a lot of time. It's really quite...
and this really just clips to your belt, and you can...
carry it right in your pocket.
Your probe out.
Absolutely.
Excellent. There you go. When you really think about it, the discovery and recovery of natural resources like precious metals helped build this country to what it is today. Our ability to mine these valuable metals and minerals keep us self-sufficient. I think we all owe the pioneering spirit of the 49ers a great debt for paving the way to a strong future.
Bob has also found several tiny nuggets in one small area at a turn in the stream. This turn probably served as a catch for the nuggets during a swell in the water level of the stream.
I've always been fascinated with the process of turning gold into practical items like coins or jewelry. Throughout history, mankind has created just about any kind of object or figure you can imagine in gold. It's extremely artistic to be able to take a raw metal and turn it into something even more beautiful than it already is. And as metallurgists add alloys to the gold, they create different colors and tints that can greatly enhance the value.
A part-time prospector soon learns a little bit about geology, chemistry, and for that matter, a lot about weights and measures.
If you've decided to be a gold hunter, you have to understand how to test it, weigh it, and appraise it. It's much too valuable to make a mistake. With gold trading as high as $850 an ounce in the past, you'd better learn a thing or two before you start selling or trading your finds.
One of the drawbacks at a site like this is the problem with silting. The heavy forest here drops a tremendous amount of leaves to deteriorate, and ultimately this organic material turns to silt. it's very muddy and loose and tends to build up over the heavier materials that hold the gold.
Tom and Bob had originally planned to use a suction dredge in the stream, but because of the conditions decided to try another spot.
Well, Bob, we've got a couple of little nuggets for what we've done today, not too much. I think maybe we should truck on downstream a little bit and see what the prospecting looks like down there.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to use the dredge up here. It's too heavily silted in, as you said, and we'd work that dredge to death before we'd actually get down to what we want. So, Tom, as we're going downstream, what's the kind of medium that we're really looking for? Instead of the silty type thing, what are we looking for?
Well, I'd probably look for a little bit more sandy area, looser gravel, maybe even stones 4, 5, 6 inches in diameter, gravel, etc. And then I start to look for a place where the water slows down, because that's where the gold is going to drop out and stay, where the water's running faster.
So what we're saying is that the gravel and the heavier stones and the sand actually is sort of like a trap, right?
Well, it's like a concentrating trap in there, especially where the water slows down.
Right.
So as our weekend prospectors move to another site, we'll move on to another promising treasure spot ourselves. A recreational gold mining camp open to the public, where you can pan, dredge, and sluice to your heart's content. That's coming up next, right here on Treasure Search. It just might be one of the best kept secrets along the Appalachian mountain range. It's gold mining country, and you can find it right in northern Georgia. Just fire up the wagon, throw in your gear, and head to the little town of Cleveland. That's right, Cleveland. Just keep your eyes open for a little sign on Town Creek Road that says, Gold and Gem Grubbin. And when you get there, check into the office and meet Brian Devon and his fiancée, Susan Tamburino.
Some 10 years ago, I had a neat dream. And the dream was that there was a property up in North Georgia that if I was able to find it, would produce gold. And talked to some friends, and they said, yeah, there's a gold belt up there. And if you get lucky and you find the right property, maybe you'll get some. So, we kind of looked around a little bit and talked to some folks. We went down to the geological department in Atlanta. We got maps. And we got up here to the Cleveland area, and we found that this property was for sale.
Most people don't realize that more gold was mined in northern Georgia than gold recovered during the 49er gold rush in California. And one of the best places to find out just how rich the territory can be is at Gold and Gem Grubbin. This is a recreational gold camp open to the public, where you can try your hand at just about any kind of gold hunting that suits you. On 107 acres, they got camping facilities, a real operating gold mine, and a couple of great gold-bearing streams. They even got a dog that likes geese.
So it worked out real well. We got together, we're now partners, we're together, and we're enjoying our life, developing a place where people and their families can come and find a recreational hobby that's unique, different, rewarding, and a lot of history involved. Kids can come in and find gold and find gemstones, their moms, their dads. They can camp here now with our new campground, spend all the time they want. Doesn't cost them a lot of money, and yet they can enjoy the outdoors and everything about the outdoors right here. Tell you what, when one of those little guys finds a nice big old nugget, you know it's all been worthwhile. It's been quite a unique 10 years for myself, and now with Susan with me, it's been the best.
The gold mine is a real throwback to yesteryear. and is a registered historical landmark. The camp conducts tours on a regular basis, allowing people to watch as gold is actually extracted from the mine material. One of the great bonuses of searching for gold in this area is a chance to find gemstones, including rubies, garnets, and sapphires. At the camp, you can have your recoveries cut and polished by Brian Devon and set in gold or silver. Brian's expertise is well known, and he's made jewelry for celebrities, including Dolly Parton.
One of the real fun experiences at Gold and Gem Grubbin is when the customers find their gemstones outside. They bring them into the shop. We show them what we'll cut. We will cut what they want for them and then set them in either 14 or 18 or 10 karat jewelry at their request. And just within a few weeks, we've got a beautiful piece of jewelry that we ship to them anywhere in the world. One of the great things is we take a lot of pride in our workmanship and our craftsmanship, and it shows because we've been fortunate enough to make jewelry for the likes of Miss Dolly Parton, a lot of the Atlanta Falcons, and many of the Braves players, the good old Atlanta Braves if we get baseball back, and many others around that we've been very fortunate to meet and make jewelry for.
And there's been something big happening at the camp recently. You might call Gold and Gem Grubbin the home of the bazooka, a new piece of equipment that could revolutionize small-scale prospecting. Although the bazooka is classified as a dredge, its radical design is so different that it really performs like an entirely different invention. Lifelong treasure hunter Howard Schmidt, the creator of the bazooka.
Hey, do you know how I happened to come up with this?
No, I've wondered a lot.
What started that? Well, you know, that gold is so heavy. It's always on the bottom of everything, whether it's on bedrock or what it is. Well, I always thought, well, if this could drop into something that was loose and not flowing out like a creek through a real fast, the gold would go right down to the bottom and stay there as long as the sand and gravel was loose. So that's what got me started on this thing. I got to thinking about that. I built a little bitty one, and then I kept getting bigger until it finally grew into the bazooka.
This amazing little machine does operate on the same principle as a conventional dredge in that it sucks up sand and gravel, the medium that holds gold and gemstones. But instead of an external riffle board, the classifying action takes place inside the bazooka itself. The internal design allows larger rocks and debris to complete the cycle and are flushed out the back of the unit, along with much of the ultralight material. The selected and preferred medium falls through the precision screen and into the retaining box. When the box is opened, this prime composite can be easily panned out to gold recovery. According to Howard Schmidt, this process classifies material twice as fast as the traditional dredge. The bazooka, also known as the Schmidt gold trap, something new and very promising for the weekend treasure hunter. Treasure search will continue right after these messages. We'll continue our quest for gold next week when we join Tom Marsh as he visits the town of Dahlonega, just a stone's throw away from Cleveland, Georgia. We'll take a look at the gold museum there, and then Tom will head underground to explore a real American landmark, the Consolidated Gold Mines. I'm Bob Denver. Until next week, from everybody here at Treasure Search, happy hunting!